Hi, this is Dan Sullivan. I'd like to welcome you to the Multiplier Mindset Podcast. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been starting the Strategic Coach Workshop at the 10 times level with an article from a London, England newspaper, The Telegraph. I have The Telegraph as one of my internet sites that I check in with every day because I've always been interested in the UK, and we have the program in the UK, so I'm always interested in picking up information about what's going on with our British clients in their country. And I'm just a reader. When I go to London, I'll spend an hour, 2 hours every morning reading various London newspapers. It's a marvelous newspaper city. So I picked up this article, and it was an indication by scientists that money can buy happiness. Very short article, it takes about a minute to read. But what they found is how people use money really determines whether the money is going to give them happiness. And if they just use the money to buy things, they may get a momentary pleasure from buying the new thing, but it doesn't last. But if they use the money to actually pay someone else to do something for them that they don't particularly like, that actually makes them much happier. And if they continue to pay the person so that they never have to do this thing for the rest of their life, then it makes them very happy. I read it and I said, well, that's what we do in Strategic Coach. We're constantly showing the entrepreneurs how they can buy their time back. And I think they get very, very happy, and I think they get permanently happy out of the time they buy back, where it was something that they had to do before coming into Strategic Coach, but very quickly when they get into Strategic Coach, they stop doing this, they stop doing this, they stop doing something else, and all of a sudden their time gets freed up and they can jump to a much higher level of their personal life, so they get time back for their personal relationships and things that they like doing outside of work. But they also buy back enormous amounts of time on a continual basis to jump to a higher level of activity for themselves that they love more, that fascinates them, that motivates them much more than activities they've done in the past. The interesting thing about this is when I introduced the whole concept of buying back their time, everybody in the room, I've done 6 workshops where we did this exercise, and everybody is just ecstatic about the possibilities of buying back their time. We say in Strategic Coach that the fundamental purpose of Strategic Coach is expanding entrepreneurial freedom. People say, well, what kind of freedom? I said, well, there's 4 freedoms. Greater freedom of how you're able to use your time, greater freedom with your money, the amount of money you make and the quality of the money that you get from working, freedom of relationship, both inside your company and outside your company and in your personal life, and then freedom of purpose. But the last 3 freedoms, which are money, relationship, and purpose, don't happen until you free up your time. All jumps in your performance and the quality of your life comes from freeing up your time. So what Strategic Coach really is this systematic process for continually and increasingly buying back your time to do inside your company things that you love more and more, and outside your company, everything that gives you enormous satisfaction about your personal life. You know, it's kind of funny, I've been coaching for 43 years, and I never said the words, buying back your time. I must have had 20 people over the first 6 workshops and say, well, why didn't you tell us that in the first workshop? That's what the whole program was about. So sometimes you have to put in a lot of effort and you have to have lots of experience before you really discover what the essence is of the value that you're presenting in the company. And I have a new workshop starting, a brand new workshop starting next month. After we get them in the room and they're all focused, I'm going to say, okay, now I'm going to tell you the gateway to everything we're doing in Strategic Coach, and that's buying back your time.